Wimmera netball time here on the Flow Friday Sports Show, where we would normally have Rylee Cocks joining us here on Flow FM to unpack everything from the Wimmera netball world. Unfortunately, with Rylee being so busy, she does a great job to juggle us in and amongst all her other duties. She's unavailable this week, so she's posted some notes instead, which I'm going to read out here on the air with regards to Wimmera netball. So looking at round 14, Dimbulla beat Warwick Eagles 49-26. And Dimmy came away with a good win and were able to bounce back from their recent loss against Horsham. Wimmera beat the Thunder 54-46. This was a bit of a disappointing result for the Southern Mallee Thunder, Rylee Cocks' team, of course, but there was also a lot of positives that came out of the game. It was a very physical game, and the Thunder did not make it easy for Wimmera. Certainly a shock result, though. Rylee goes on to say, we're focusing on each round at a time now and focusing on playing our game of netball and having fun whilst we do it. Well, I have to say it's a very surprising result, and they're starting to struggle when it comes to getting towards the final stage, the Southern Mallee Thunder, after what's been a pretty strong inaugural season. So there'll be some concerns there. Now, Horsham Saints beat Ararat 92-40. Georgia Clode returned for the Saints side after being out due to injury. She shot an incredible 70 goals for the Saints. It was a very big percentage booster for the Saints and a huge final score. That it was indeed. Horsham also beat Nil 53-37. That was a close game in the first quarter. Nil were down by 1 at quarter time, but then Horsham, with their experience, were just able to capitalise on their margin at each break after that period. Now, that is a wrap of the results from last weekend. We'll quickly look at the ladder. We've got Demons on top on 48 points, only 2% difference between first and second, with Saints also on 48 points. How staggering is that? The Horsham Saints and the Horsham Demons, the two top sides, just 2% separating both of them on the ladder. We then have Dimbulla with 30 points in third spot, Nil in fourth spot on 30 points, Wimmera in fifth spot on 20 points, Stall in sixth spot also on 20 points. Then the Southern Mallee Thunder with 16 points. They've slipped down, haven't they, after a real promising start to their season. Warwick Eagles with 12 points and Ararat with 0 at the foot of the table. Donuts. That's how things are looking. Let's take a look at the preview for tomorrow's games now. Dimbulla versus Southern Mallee Thunder. This will be Rylee's involvement. She'll be thinking that they've got to go out and give their best, trying to play their game as best they can. We know it's going to be a tough battle with Dimbulla being third on the ladder. However, last time the Thunder played them, they only lost by 4 goals. So Rylee can see it being another close game. No prediction as to who will win, though. I dare say I think the Thunder will come home strong because they know that their season really now is on the line. We'll wait and see. Wimmera play Ararat. Now, Wimmera should get an easy win here, according to Rylee, given that Ararat are still yet to win a game all season long. Nil play Warwick Eagles, and Rylee believes the Warwick Eagles will always aim to put up a good fight, but she does believe, despite that Nil will be way too strong. And I do agree. I think Nil will win that game against the Warwick Eagles, particularly given that they are the home side. Finally, Stall are up against it with Horsham. The Demons coming to play them. Horsham are top of the ladder and showing that they really will go deep in the final series, and they should probably get the win over Stall quite comfortably. I tend to agree. Those are the thoughts of Rylee Cocks, our regular correspondent here on the Flow Friday Sports Show, covering off on all things Wimmera netball. Unfortunately absent on tonight's program, so I've had to fill in as best I can with the assistance of Rylee Cocks, providing us with her thoughts in written form. That is another wrap of Wimmera netball. We'll hope to have Rylee join us again on next week's program. Well, just when you thought that we were done for Wimmera netball, I've got a white knight who's popped up. Graetz, he's due to speak later on this evening on All Things Wimmera Football, but I've managed to get a hold of him to tell us about some updates to come out of the Wimmera netball world in the absence of Rylee Cocks. Players in the jurisdiction are being rewarded with representative places in the rep teams across the Wimmera there. Chris, lovely to be back with you. How are you?
Thanks, mate. Yeah, I'm going good. Thanks. How about you?
Very good. We get 2 segments out of you on the show tonight, which is always a bonus. Tell us about what's going on here. You've done some extensive reporting on this, a number of players out of the Wimmera area who will be earning a representative role. It's great to see in what is a really proud netball area.
Yeah, it is. So 5 netballers, 4 in the league in the Wimmera League this year, and 1 that used to play in the Wimmera last year for the Horsham Demons, who plays for Ballarat this season. They've been named in the state squads, the under-17 and under-19 Victorian state squads, in the list of 50. So it's a massive achievement. You've got 50 from all around the state, and they're in it. There's extensive training and selection criteria over the next couple of weeks, and it will be cut down to 12 in November. And the final 12 will play in the national championships for Victoria next year in their age division. And so we've got Georgia Clode from the Horsham Saints. She made it to the last stage and just missed out on the final 12 last year. She's been injured the last month, so she couldn't try out, but she was still selected, so that's good for her. That shows that they really do rate her and like her. Her teammate as well, Madison Bassoon. She's in the under-17 squad. She's having an outstanding year for the Horsham Saints. She's probably the favourite for the under-21 in the Senior Best and Fairest award, I would have thought there. And then you've got Indy Ward from Dimboola. She's in the under-19 squad. You've got Bridie Price from Ararat. She's in the under-17 squad. And then the former Wimmera player last year, Eva Mansera, who played for the Horsham Demons. She's playing for Redden in the Ballarat League, and she's in the under-19 squad as well. And she also was a part of the squad last year but didn't make the cuts. So it's good news for all these Wimmera netballers. It's Bridie Price especially. She's a 14-year-old, so she's the bottom ager in the under-17s, and it's only her 4th year in netball, so it's a good story for her. It's great. I mean, final 50 all in the state. Congratulations to them. Good luck to them, and hopefully we've got a couple in the final squad for next year.
Great reporting, as always, Chris Graetz from the Wimmera Mallee News Sport paper. Great to have had you on the show twice tonight, Chris. Take care.
Thanks for having me. No worries. Cheers, mate.